Good morning. Good morning. It's a pleasure to meet with you all today. I think everyone's joined the call, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll introduce myself first. My name is Adaeze Obuaku, and I am the sales engineer here at Precisely. We are so excited to share with you our data solutions to your company. Your sales reps and your team, really emphasize your pain points of, really trying to get a good grasp on how to make data-driven decisions, how to manage customer data, and how to manage the data that your company brings in internally and a warehouse that's efficient, effective, and, clean. It's one thing to have data, but it's another to have data that is useful and that you can pull things from. So, we're really excited to share with you our product. We think that we have many solutions that will be able to speak to many of the pain points that you've been having. So, just to kind of go over those pain points a little bit more, your company, let us know that you'd be looking for software that would also be able to clean itself and update automatically. So I just wanted to know if there were any other points other than the ones I mentioned before, um, that you would be looking for, that you would want to see in this demo. Okay, looks like no questions, but if you feel any questions or you have something that's burning, feel free to shout out or give me a pause just so that, you're having any questions that you need answered. Also, if you want a more in-depth demo, we can go ahead and schedule that right after this call, or you can go ahead and set that up with our sales account executive as well. So again, I'm here with Precisely. I'm going to share my screen just so that we can give you an overview of Precisely and what we have to offer. We can also set up that deeper dive demo in a few moments. Try to say that 5 times fast. Deeper dive demo, deeper dive demo, deeper dive demo, deeper dive demo, deeper dive demo. All right, that's enough playing around. Let's get into the demo. So I'm going to share my screen. Please let me know when you can see it. Okay. Ignore my baby picture down there. All right. So we have the Precisely Data Integrity Suite. And so this is the primary software that we feel like would be the best platform for your company between having data that is hard to manage, having data that is not clean or comes into your system in a way that's not really useful to you. We use the data integrity suite to really help companies figure out how we can make that data come in better and how we can make it more useful to your company without having to do as much manipulation, as much cleaning to it as well. So in this demo, I really want to high level the services that Precisely has to offer. So there are many different data services that we have, as you can see, from data integration, data observability, data governance, and data quality. All of these platforms work together really cohesively to allow us to have a better quality of data overall. So from the integration, we're able to pull from the different platforms and softwares and all of those different integrations you have running in the back end to pull that into one system and say, how can we make this make sense to our companies and who manipulates our data? So I just wanted to ask you all now, how are you managing your data? And what are some of the daily pains that you're receiving when you're working with that data? Okay, from the chat, it looks like we have incorrect data, data in the wrong fields. Okay, makes sense. Okay, Excel. I know we love Excel. I know we love Excel, but Precisely is really able to use a more sophisticated approach to manage the data in a way that is helpful for you. So you're able to create custom fields. You're able to decide what data you exactly want to use. You're able to say, hey, this is what I need and this is what I want for my data. So this is what I want to pull. And so moving on to data observability, we're able to look at the data before it becomes detrimental to the business, should I say. So if you're seeing trends and you're seeing different, medians and averages that are out of the norm, we're able to look at that and say, how can we be more proactive about how we're addressing the data that we see instead of just saying, okay, it looks like we're trending in this direction a lot. We look at that data and we say that, but then we say, what can we do about it? How can we fix this? How can we, take the next step and, save our company from loss or overspending or over budgeting or leaning in one direction too much. So we're really excited to be able to do this through AI as well as trends and a lot of calculations that allow our software to be able to make these deductions. We have data governance. So that's the data policies that, use. So we have the data governance. So those are the policies on the back end that, give the data the meaning and allow us to know what exactly does this mean and what do we do about it. Data quality, of course. So we want the data to be accurate. We want to know that when we're pulling data, what is there is what's supposed to be. So not just putting anything in any random field, but saying, this is this quality, this is going here. So, we pride ourselves in having a great rating for data quality. And so, we hope to be able to share that with your company as well. So geo addressing. So how many of you have typed in an address on, whether Google Maps or Apple Maps, and, you're trying to reach a certain location and it's leading you everywhere else but that location? Yep, me too. Yeah, I know I have. And so with our geo addressing platform, we're able to clean up and really um, be more accurate about that data and where exactly that geo addressing is coming from. So we want to make sure that when we're mapping to a certain location, that's where it's going to. When we're pulling addresses and saying that this is the address that's attached to a certain location, a business, an activity, that is factually where it's coming from. So with the spatial analytics, how I like to think about spatial analytics is, how does one data point relate to another? So it's great to have data points, but an even better step is to say, we see that we have this trend going in one direction and another going in this one, but how do they relate to each other? And how can we set up thresholds and pinpoints to say that when these two levels have reached certain points, we make an action, we make a decision. And that is what precisely is all about: data-driven decisions. Then we have data enrichment. So using these data sets and using these data points, how can we make faster and more confident decisions? How can we say, we have these data points, we have our preceding data to say, this is what happened in previous cases. And so when we have this instance, we do this. We're able to learn from our past experiences. We're able to learn from that data and say, here's how we move accordingly once we have that data. I hope this demo really made sense to you. I would love to do a deeper dive. So please let me know. We can go ahead and set that up. Would you all be interested in setting up the deeper dive demo so that we can look into the software a bit more in depth? Okay, all right. Is there a day that would work for you briefly on this call before we get off? Okay, let's shoot for Thursday then. Thursday at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. Is that going to work for you? Okay, perfect. All right. Well, I will go ahead and set that up then. I'm going to send you a calendar invite right after this, and we can do a deeper dive. Please let me know if there are any other pain points or any specific platforms that you really want me to focus on for the next demo. And, I'll, continue to speak to our sales executive, and, we can go from there. All right. Well, it was such a pleasure. If you all don't have any questions, I'll go ahead and end the call. I'll give you all back about 10 minutes of your time, and you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.